Hey everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. It is Meatloaf Monday. It's Mugshot Monday. It's Malfeasance Monday. It's Monday. We're going to talk about Life After Lockup. This is season 5, episode 21 or episode 11. We don't know, but it's called Games of Chance. Hey Keisha.
Hey, I can't believe we're almost to the end of the season.
They just sprung it on us and now they're making us watch Mama June. And I can't watch it. So I got to come up with a different idea for this time slot right here, a Monday time slot. What we going to do?
There's a lot of new shows because as I've been watching shows, I will see like at the bottom of the screen where it says premiering such and
Yeah.
such a. Like there's like a new pregnancy show that's supposed to be on Lifetime.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's one of those shows where the women say they basically don't know they're pregnant until they go to labor, which I just don't believe any of them when they say that. I'm like,
It happens.
that's not gas rubbling around in your stomach right there, but it happens. It happens apparently a lot.
Yeah,
So,
isn't that crazy?
yeah, it is.
That's wild. Well, I'm going to figure something out, and by the time we talk next week for the season finale, I will have
Mm-hmm.
come up with something to put in this spot. But I really don't want to wait another minute because you have scoop to tell me about Life After Lockup, and I need to hear it.
Oh, the Lindsey married
Yes,
man
yes.
thing. Okay, so
I saw you post about it, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, wait, did you like that I post about it and I said for details, you have to listen to the podcast on Monday?
That's how you tease it out. That's right.
That is how you tease it out.
Yeah.
So this is all according to Deontay, all right?
And he would know.
And he would know. So remember the season where the two of them were dating and then she left him for Blaine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
So after they wrapped up that season, they were all flown out to California for some kind of, they had to do promo pics and all this other kind of stuff.
Okay.
So by this time, she's supposed to be dating just Blaine, that's where she was caught cuddling up with this married guy.
In Vegas?
Wherever they were, Vegas or California, I can't remember which state.
California. Okay, yeah.
Yes. So that's where she got caught with the married guy. So apparently that's when Blaine found out that she had been hooking up with this guy. So allegedly, this is the person that he's yelling at her about for running off with a married man. So in my head, it appears that she broke things off with Blaine for a little bit to go do whatever with this guy, and then they got back together.
Okay.
But none of this would have come out if she had not pissed off Deontay's girlfriend, s5e. Like they had this, like they had taken pictures of it, but they were like, that's not our business anymore. You're not dating her, whatever. But Lindsey being Lindsey started talking shit about s5e on the interwebs. And that's when s5e was like, oh, bitch, okay. Now here's the photo here's the proof of you hooking up with this married guy. And you can see that he has on a wedding band.
Oh, see, I zoomed in and out of that picture a lot. And you can tell it's her just because by the hair alone.
The hair and the jaw structure.
Yeah.
At first I was kind of like, is it her? Because I was looking for like the tattoos.
Yeah.
But I think she has gotten more tattoos since then. And I think it was her left arm is the one that she has the majority of the tattoos on.
I'm trying. Okay, if you're looking at the camera,
yeah, I'm trying to turn it.
It would be on the right, so that's probably her left if it's mirrored correctly.
So what we see is an arm that's not full. So I'm thinking it's the opposite arm is where she's got all the tats. But this has been what? Over a year now, so she could have had more work done as far as tattoos.
She's got that one arm, and it definitely goes all the way to the hand.
Yeah, it's a sleeve. Yeah.
Okay, so do you like how I'm like putting on my cuticle oil while we're talking about this? It's like so serious. I have to moisturize the cuticles.
Yeah, we can do all things. You know what I mean? We are professional podcasters and we're still wives and moms and we have nails and beauty secrets and we have to take care of shit. So sometimes all of them happen at once.
Sometimes whenever I sit down in this chair, for some reason, I always feel the need to put on cuticle oil. Okay. So, all right. So we think that she and Blaine were on a break when this happened, but he is still mad about it. And
or maybe it wasn't a break. She
Okay.
cheated on him, ran off with this guy, did her thing. I think Blaine is her safety net. I don't think she loves Blaine at all. That's just like her total comfort zone. But since that episode premiered, Deontay decided to be petty and messy, and then he reposted it.
Yeah, he's dying to
Yeah.
get back on TV, Deontay. Dying.
Yeah, he is. And speaking of petty people in this show, so
Uh-huh.
it appears that Derek of Monique at Derek,
Ah.
he got arrested again.
Oh, oops, what'd he do?
Parole violation. But Monique made her profile picture his newest mugshot,
Stop.
which I think is the funniest shit ever. I was like,
That's good. That's
yeah, I was
good.
like,
I've
that's
been following her. She's on a weight loss journey. I think she's doing the
she
Ozempic,
is.
and she's on her little trampoline jumping, and good for
That's
her.
great. Yeah, I agree. Anything to make you feel better, make your health better, make your confidence go up, but more so for her health. I'm
Yeah.
glad that she's doing it. Yeah, I hope she
Yeah.
sticks to it. Yeah,
Okay, that's pretty funny that she did that. I
yeah.
like it. I like the level of petty. I like
Me
it.
too. I like that
Yeah.
a lot. I was like,
Parole
you go,
violation.
girl.
Parole violation could mean, as we found out on Prison Brides, that you hit somebody with your car on purpose,
Yeah,
or
it
you got
could.
caught driving without a license. I mean, just it could mean anything.
I mean, and it's Derek. So who the fuck knows? Because Derek started doing wrong as soon as he got out of prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my God. Okay, well,
yeah,
thank you for that scoop. If
of
anybody got any
course.
more scoop, but now you told me that Blaine and Lindsay recently went on a date, but I had inside information that they really had broken up.
Okay, so remember when you sent me that video the other day?
Sure. What
Yeah,
was it?
it was
What
something with them. It was something with them, and you said the comments are wild. So I had a little time on my hands, so I went through all the comments,
Okay, yeah,
and
because it was under
they
he posted, like, "Are y'all ready for this weekend?" or whatever, and the comments
right.
under it, because she was commenting and he was commenting back. Yeah,
Yes. So that made me say, okay, they're kind of commenting where you can't tell if they're together or not. So
right.
I went to his page and they had date night together with one another January 10th.
Hmm,
And then I looked on her page and I remember you telling me that you were on his page one day. You could tell he was living inside of an apartment. It most definitely wasn't
totally.
that house.
Yes.
Okay. There's a picture of her and it looks like she's on the inside of an apartment.
Okay. So maybe
Yeah.
they moved out of that tear down, and
House.
yeah, I don't
Uh-huh. Yeah.
they move a lot. They move a lot.
Especially for people on parole.
Yeah, they move a lot. They move
They
a lot.
do.
Um, all right, well, let's get into it. We're gonna start with, since the episode's called Games of Chance, we'll start with Taylor and Chance.
Hmm.
By the way, Sophia, the oldest daughter, I really thought she was like 14. Mm-mm. She's 10, and
Uh,
she is giving 14-year-old energy.
well, I thought she was going to audition to be the newest guitar player in the Fallout Boys with that haircut she had on.
She's very emo.
Yes,
Very
she
emo.
is. Yeah, she is committed to it big
Well, that's
time.
why I thought that she was much older, because I thought she was just like a moody teenager.
I mean,
So
but the poor child just lived like 2 years with Chance. So that
I
ages you.
know.
Yeah.
And then I do believe that the two oldest are
Hmm.
with, so Sophia and Jakelin are with Jake,
Yeah.
who died. And then she
Right.
had another fiance, and then she had Athena, and then
Athena.
Athena does see the dad.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
I mean, Sophia's been through some shit.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
we don't know if she had like lots of responsibilities, just with helping her mom out before Chance
yeah.
came along.
Mhm.
And then, they
And then
hear
the
all these
Bobby,
things going on. Yeah.
and then they had their aunt that
Shh.
OD'd. I mean, they've been through some
They've
shit.
they've seen a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Bless their poor little
I
hearts.
know. God. All right, so we open with a Chance at the house, and he's sort of like begging for forgiveness, right? He says,
Hmm.
I never planned on hurting you. I do, and I did love you. And she goes, I didn't plan on that either. And then
Yeah.
she says, I always felt like I loved you more than you loved me. And he goes, yeah, that's probably true. And,
No,
you
I
know,
mean, it's apparent that was the case.
yeah,
Like
I'm glad.
she really believed in this guy, wanted him to do better and have a better life, and all he wanted to do was slut and suck around.
And also, he wanted to spend all their money on get rich quick, everything. Everything. Like, you just
And
can't live a normal life, like day to day, like go to work,
no,
come home. This is life.
He wants
So
to be an entrepreneur.
right, bless him.
Yeah.
So, he says, I never planned for this to happen. I don't want to split up. I never wanted to disrespect your friends. I never wanted to disrespect anybody. And it matters to me that my intentions were true. And I did want to build a life and I did want to make you happy. But like so many things kept popping up. And she goes, yeah, it's called life. Life
Yeah.
happens and you handle it and you deal with it. And he goes, right, that's
Yeah.
what a normal person does. But I'm not normal. That's why I went to prison.
Okay.
So that's
Now,
true.
I can't stand chance, but he does have a point.
Yeah.
He doesn't know, but he had someone who was patient with him, gave him
Hmm.
every opportunity. He just felt like he was above having to work a regular 9 to 5 job. Like, what were
Totally.
you learning in prison that you think gave you the entrepreneurial skills that you think that you have? Nothing.
Great question. Great
Nothing.
question. And he says, "Yeah, you can't save me. Nobody can." And she goes, "It's not my job to save you." I mean,
Yeah.
I really felt like
Yes.
she's had some therapy or something.
Something, yeah, because she was saying all the right things and she just wasn't falling for his bullshit because it was total bullshit because he only had one more night of at the hotel, the motel that he's staying at.
Yeah,
He needed
yeah,
some place to go. Yeah, he's just running game on her.
totally. And she goes, "It's not my job to save you." And he goes, "Yeah, it's not your job to save me or care about me or take care of me." And she goes, "Stop." She goes, "I did take care of you and I did care about you. I was good to
Yeah,
you and you were a shit to me and you don't get it.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
here." She goes, "You're here looking sad and fake crying. And if you really
Oh,
loved
yeah,
me and cared, you would have treated me right. And I warned you. I warned you
yeah,
so many times." And he goes,
yeah.
"Fake crying. Okay. Okay." He still the
And he
world's biggest
was.
clothes. He's got on the clothes that are 4 sizes too big. It's very strange. Very
Well,
strange.
here's the thing. They both look like they need a vinegar bath and a deep hair conditioning.
Yeah,
'Cause
they both
they're
look real
both pretty
dirty.
greasy. Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Did they forget they're on TV?
I just think this has been going on for like 30 hours at this point. You know what I mean? I think it's been
Okay.
like the back of the fourth that he's come over and he left, and then Bobby was there falling asleep or whatever was
Yeah.
happening. So he says, "I'm sorry for all I did and all I didn't do. And I hope you believe that you were the most precious thing in my life. You were the best woman I ever had. You kept me in line, and I want you to know I recognize that. Now give me a hug because I don't know if I'll ever see you again."
And that was manipulation,
Yep.
like possibly saying I'm going to go off and do something to
Yep.
myself,
Yep.
I'm like, but she didn't fall for it.
Nope. She goes, "Oh, really? What are you going to do?" And he goes,
Hmm.
"Everybody gets what they want. Maybe I should get what I want. Maybe I should just get lost from everyone and everywhere." And she goes, "Mm-hmm." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Bye." And he walks off and she's like, "Okay."
Pathetic.
So talking head, she goes, "I'm so sick of him acting nice and then crazy and everything with him
Hmm.
is an excuse. Everything's an excuse." And then in the talking head, he's like, "I'm going to fight for this. I'm going to fight for my woman. I'm going to fight for my place to live.
Basically, it's the place to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it's the next day, maybe. Taylor's outside with the little squirts. We got Jacqueline 7, Athena 6, and Sophia 10. Sophia 10/20. Um,
Right.
and she goes, "I just wanted to let you guys know, like, things are going to change. Chance is not going to live here anymore. And yeah, I was sad sometimes." And Jacqueline says, "Was he mean or yelling?" And she goes, "Yeah, sometimes. But I do still love him." And Athena goes, "I'm gonna be sad if I can't." She said, "I'm gonna be sad if I can't see Chance no more." And she goes, "You don't need to be sad. You'll see him sometimes because I still love
Right.
him." And that's when Sophia goes, "No, you don't."
I
And
know.
Athena then says, "Yeah, that's what you said. That's what happened with your other boyfriends."
Like,
That
I
was
think
so
she's the type that whenever she has a boyfriend, she moves them into the house.
I know. All
And
those little
that's
girls
not
there.
okay. That's
Mm-mm,
so dangerous. Like, you can't do that.
I know. So, she goes, "Well, you can't really just disappear because, of Mason and everything." And so she goes, "Sophia, how do you feel?" Sophia goes, "I'm happy because I didn't like Chance. He was rude. And they fought. You guys fought 24/7. It woke me up at night." And all the little girls go, "Yeah, it woke us up at night." And Jacqueline goes, "He was funny, but he cheated." And they all look around. She goes, "Remember at that board game, he was supposed to have the 20 and he did the 50. It must have
Yeah.
been like Monopoly or something.
Right. Yeah. He even cheated at a game with the child.
Cheated at a board game with a 6-year-old.
How? That's so Chance. That is right on brand for Chance. Cheat a little kid out of her money.
He's probably
That's just
gaslighting her
sad.
too, going, I don't know why you thought it was 20, it was 50. I won. He's probably
Yeah,
gaslighting the 6-year-old.
yeah, he was.
Um, so then Athena goes, is he gonna live at a hotel with his boyfriend?
We all like gasped when she said that. It's
I
like,
know.
does she know? How does she know?
And Taylor's like, oh my gosh, little ears hear everything. Gosh, this is terrible. Like, yeah, everything with that wall is made of cardboard.
Yeah, and it's a small house too. And
Yeah.
then, I mean, it probably doesn't even have insulation because Chance thought he was going to say he was going
That's
to
what I'm
fix it and
saying.
didn't fix it at all. Yeah,
He's like, let me epoxy this wall.
right.
So then one of them says, well, what will we do with the rings that Chance gave us? And she goes, you guys could just give them back, whatever. So meanwhile, Chance drives a big ball in
Oh
Tony
my
Soprano
God.
style in an Escalade.
Like,
This
what
guy doesn't have
used
2 nickels.
car lot keeps giving him vehicles?
I
What,
mean, what is
how is
happening?
this happening? He doesn't have a job.
He he can't afford to pay Babo, and he had to borrow
$1,000.
money or suck dick over at the
Yeah.
at the car lot to pay his bills. I mean, what are we talking about here?
I don't know, but he came rolling in big pimping, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? What
And
is
they're like,
wrong with him?
and how did he get it? So he goes, "Hey, I got this for y'all. I'm trying to show you, like, I'm going to be a family man now. So I got this Escalade, and I traded my truck in. I traded my truck in for this Escalade. Let me tell you what he did. He found a used car lot and was like,
Mm-hmm.
let me leave my truck here, which costs more than this Escalade. Just
Mm-hmm.
give me a couple hours to film with it, and I'll bring it right back."
You think that's what he did?
Yes.
Because I was bothered by the fact that he said, "Oh, I got this for you guys," and then when he left in the Escalade. I'm like, didn't you say it was for them? Why are you leaving in it then?
Because he's like, look, I've got this big car so all of us can be together. So once you take me back, we'll have this big car. So you have to cram everybody in the little car or whatever.
Manipulation. I mean, I can be manipulated by, a nice
Jake.
vehicle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
by name brand things. I'm just that type of girl. But she's just not falling for this shit. And it wasn't like it was a new Escalade anyway.
But yeah, I mean, so he says, yeah, I came to see you and I miss you. And I just wanted to tell you, like, nobody's going to care for you like I do. And nobody's going to care for you and dim kids like I do. Dim
Thank
kids.
God. Thank God no one will care for them like him. That
Great
would be a
point.
disaster. Like, he's not helping himself out in this situation at all.
She is like, okay, great. You just drove up. Just told the kids that we broke up, and now
Right.
here you are popping up. So one of the squirts walks up and tries to give him the ring back, and he's like, hey, this is for you. I made a promise that I'll always like take care of you no matter what. And even if your mom and I aren't together, like I'm always going to be here for you.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you're not there for them right now. Like, you named all the great things that came out of your relationship with what's her name? I forgot her name. Had a total
Taylor?
on my part. Tayler. And you didn't mention the kid. You didn't mention the kid that y'all had together.
Yeah, what about
Like,
Mason?
yeah, what about baby Mason? He's the worst, Mary Payne. He really
Oh.
is.
And she goes, Chance, I'll never be able to trust you again, as hard as I try. And he goes, what if I completely came clean about everything? I told you everything and I answered every question, told you everything you want to know. That way I could really show you that I'm going to try and change. And she goes, oh my God, not in front of the kids. We can just meet up later. And
Why? Why do you need to meet up with him later?
and
For what?
and the talking head, she goes, I'll hear what he has to say because I do kind of want to know the story. But everything he says is a lie.
Yeah.
And he
Including
goes,
that lie that he just told you when he said he was going to come clean about everything.
that's right. That's right. And he goes, yeah, I broke the kids' heart. I broke everybody's heart. I love Taylor and the kids, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as he drives off, Taylor tells the kids, we're still broken up. Just because he bought a car here doesn't mean anything. Back to the craft table.
Basically, he didn't even leave the damn car. I was expecting for him to say, okay, give me the keys to your car. I'll drive your car and you guys drive the Escalade. I mean, you didn't buy
No,
it
his
for
whole
them.
point was, I'm not going to have a work truck anymore. I'll have this Escalade, which makes zero sense. If he's a contractor, he needs a work truck. None of this makes sense.
I mean, I think calling him a contractor is really
Okay, he's a day
reaching. Yeah.
laborer. Whatever.
Yeah, at best, he's
Contractor would
that.
imply that he knows what he's doing.
And he absolutely does not.
You're
Proof
right.
is in the house.
The proof is in that
Yeah,
house that
yeah,
is hanging on by a column in the middle that looks like a wood plank in the middle of the den.
basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. All right, let's move on to Melissa and Louie. So
Alrighty.
they're in the pizza place where we left them last time.
Mm-hmm.
And she's saying, she has to take the pregnancy test before the surgery. So here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. Here's what I've ascertained, that when she goes to the office, she's in New
Mm-hmm.
Jersey, but his surgery center must be in Manhattan,
Mm-hmm.
because when you see her later at the doctor's office, it's definitely not in Manhattan. It's definitely like there's like a
It was that.
parking lot, and yeah, it's in
Yeah,
Jersey.
she was back in Jersey where I guess he does his surgeries out of Manhattan.
Yeah, he must have like 2 office locations. So I get that
Yeah.
sometimes with the doctor. They're like, "Do you wanna go to our office in Reston?" I'm like,
Yes.
"No, I do
Yeah.
not wanna go to Reston, but thank you very
Mm-hmm.
much." So, at the hotel, she finds out, duh, she's not pregnant, and, she tells Louie, all this has just really got to be thinking, like, I'm not gonna be so hard on you anymore, and
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to succeed, and I want us to succeed together, and that's probably why I'm so hard on you." And, he's like, "Okay." And she goes, so she's taking her nail polish off, and she goes, "I don't know. What are you gonna do?" He's like, "You and your vagina." I was like, "What?"
But now this is after says, "Oh, great, I'm gonna be pregnant by the pizza boy." I'm like,
So
well,
rude.
you were okay with fucking the pizza boy, so what's the problem? And that whole nail thing was the weirdest shit to me.
Why? That's how you take
That
gel nails off.
I know, but she said the reason she had to take the nails off is because they had to have the
Yes, that's
pulse
true.
oxygen.
That's
I
true.
have never. I had surgery last year, the year before. I've had 2 weight loss surgeries, always with my nails on. I've
No,
never
the
had to
last
take them
the
off.
last time I had a surgery, they said you have to take off the gel or whatever you have. It has to be bare nail, at least 1 nail. So,
Oh,
and I was like, "Well, why
no.
would I just take it off 1? Then I'm gonna look like somebody on this show." So I took it all off, yeah.
I have never been told that, never, not once, because I would just stop the surgery. I'm like, oh, well, if I can't be cute during surgery, I'm just not going to do the surgery at all. No, that was the weirdest shit to me. I've never had that happen. It's never even come up in a conversation.
All right, uh, anesthesiologist, nurse anesthetist John, let us know. John knows about these things.
Please.
Yeah, when they put the thing on your finger, they have to, if you're having a long surgery,
Yeah.
they have to be able to, like, look at the color of your nail to be sure it's not turning blue, have to be able to get a good
What?
reading through that pulse ox thing. Yes, I don't know, that's what they told me.
Well, maybe the surgeries I've had weren't long. I mean, last year was the gallbladder. Last year was the hysterectomy. The year before
Well,
was
hysterectomy
gallbladder.
is a long surgery.
Well, I kept my nails on.
Well, maybe they're scared of you, I don't
Maybe
know.
they probably are. Maybe it's a northern thing that you have to. It's not here in the South.
Somebody let us know. Somebody is
Please.
screaming at their phone right now, like, "Y'all are
I'm
so
sure.
dumb."
Well, just DM us and let us know so we won't be so dumb
And tell us
anymore. Come
nicely,
on.
don't tell us that we're dumb.
Don't tell us mean. No, we
Tell
can't.
us
We are
nice.
sensitive. We were sensitive. Yeah.
Yes, we are, we are. So, she tells them they have to use condoms, and then she's like, "Wow, I hope I don't end up with a botched, hideous nose job." Well, okay.
We've seen the pictures
We'll
and
see. I'm holding out hope that when we've seen it, maybe it's just sort of recent. I don't know. I don't think we've gotten a full look at the nose job. And by the way, if this is the nose she wanted, then it's great for
good
her.
for her. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the rest of the world who has to see her on television thinks about it.
No,
It only matters to her. And if she feels good and loves it, then great.
then we love it too. It's all good.
Yep.
So, now they go into the doctor's office, and of course, she has to take another pregnancy test. That's also negative. And
Mhm.
he's like, "Okay, I'll just be right here waiting." And he surgery is over, and he says he's really happy to have a chance to take care of her. He worries about how she might be as a patient, and she's being real
Yeah.
calm. When you first come out, you're like real nice and everything. When she gets in the car, it immediately
Mhm.
starts like you're hitting every pothole. Like, why are you driving this way? The water is hot. Like, yeah, but she's
She
cranky.
she didn't train like producer James is trained all the way up. He knows to have everything laid out. He knows to have everything comfortable for me. Where all I have to do is just get in the bed and that is it. Because I would be exactly like Melissa.
Yeah. I gotta
Yeah.
say, whenever I've had any major issue or surgery or be hospitalized or anything, we have agreed he is very, very good for about 3 days. And after 3 days, he's kind of over it. After 3 days, he's like, "I gotta drive you where?" What? Yeah.
After 3 days, I bitch, you're on your own. Like,
He's
this
like
is enough.
he's
That's
like,
enough.
"Can you go downstairs by yourself?" So, they're driving from Manhattan to Jersey. So they get home and he helps her, but she's still being mean. Now, did you
Mhm,
notice on the bed, there's a big
mhm.
Victoria's Secret blanket?
I did, and I didn't understand. Like, that is like a teenage girl's bed from
Uh-huh.
the 1990s.
Well, that's a free blanket that you got with because you bought 5
I'm
bras or
sure.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. So she's now we're going to her appointment to get her tape off at Dr. Pierce, RPS plastic surgery. So hopefully she got a
Mhm.
good deal on it because they're showing his branding a lot.
I hope so.
Now we click over to Louie, and Louie looks great, by the way. I mean, he looks
He
good.
oh, he looks good, and he's just there's just something about him. He seems like a really, really just nice, chill guy.
He's
And
sort
yeah,
of
no,
like
he looks
filled
good.
out. When he first got out of prison, he was so
Yeah, he was
skinny, and then
skinny.
of course, his mouth was sunken in. And
Right.
now those teeth have settled in, and
Yeah.
he's not too skinny anymore.
Nope.
He looks good.
He's been eating that pizza.
He's like Louie from high school all over.
I think so too.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, do you see he's setting up a romantic picnic at the beach? He's like, "I just wanna tell her, like, how I really feel and how much I love her, but I didn't get the expensive wine because, like, we're still on a budget." But did you notice he spread out a Victoria's Secret towel blanket? I was like, "Did they get a 2 for 1?" Oh my god. Alright, so she walks up with world's biggest scarf and is hiding her nose. So they do this like, dun dun dun. So what's going to happen? Is her nose going to be botched? Is it going to be what's going to happen?
Yeah, but they still make us wait till next week.
I know. And do you think that he's going to propose and that's why he said I got to tell her how much she really means to me or no?
No,
No, you don't think so. Cuz
I
the way
don't
he
think
was
so.
saying it, but then he goes, I didn't get the good wine or anything. So that's when I was like, "Oh, okay. Well,
And Pizza
maybe
Boy
not."
can't afford an engagement ring.
But again, they definitely got buy 5 bras, get a black blanket, buy 5 panties, get a
Yeah.
pink towel. So they got
And
their
see, I don't know how that goes because I've never ever had underwear or bras from Victoria's Secret. I was always too big.
I'm
So I have
currently
no
wearing
idea what
Victoria's
that's
Secret
like.
bra and underwear currently at this exact moment.
Really?
Sponsor us, Victoria's Secret. I'm a fan.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. I get those I get those 5 for $35 and they are called high leg brief cotton.
Mhm.
Can't beat them. 'Em. They're great.
Well, maybe now I can actually fit some of their stuff.
I bet you could. Totally.
Huh. Now let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Since we're talking about underwear,
Okay.
because I gave all my female friends the shock of their lives.
Okay. Oh Lord. Okay.
Because I mean, I've changed now because they talked about me so bad. They shamed me.
Okay.
I like uh panties in a pack,
Okay. That's okay.
like in the plastic.
Yeah.
Mary Payne, they dissed me so bad. And I was expressing the joy. There's nothing like the joy of opening up a pack of fresh new panties and you put them on and you see up. They were like, girl, if you
But
don't
don't you
stop.
wash them first?
No.
You don't? That's where you lost
Mm-mm.
me. I need to wash them first.
Who washes their panties first?
Me. Me.
For
When
what?
I get those 5 Victoria's Secret it's the same as buying them in a pack. You just pick 5, and I take
Yeah.
the little tags off, throw them in the wash, and wash them first. I don't know what's
D-
been
uh,
going on in that factory. It's gonna be right up against my area. I don't want that.
I can't believe you asked me if I did that. Have you not learned in the year that we've been recording together how exceptionally lazy that I am? I am not going to wash panties until I have worn them and dirtied them up and then put them in the wash.
Oh, okay. Well, I wash them first, but no, I don't think there's anything wrong with panties in a pack.
They talked about they said you're wearing the period pack and da 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 da. I mean, there was a group of them going at me. So now I will wear panties that are on the little hangers or that you pull the drawer open and yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
I am Victoria's Secret high leg brief cotton. You get the 5 for 35. I love those. And if I need something that's going to suck me in a little bit more, I've got some other ones that are like spank style that'll like suck you in.
Right.
And that's it. There is no sexy underwear. I'm 55. I don't care. It's over. That time in my life is over.
I have started wearing cuter underwear, panties.
Oh, okay. Well, good for you.
Well, because I was at a size that it was just it really didn't matter because the panties were like from wall to wall big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, what matters if there's lace on it? I've got a roll covering up my lace on there. So,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
now, yeah, I mean, not too fancy now,
Okay,
but
well, I like it.
yeah.
I think listen, some people really like to, like, wear the matching bra and underwear every single day.
Mm-mm.
Some people, like, are very into all of that, and it just makes them feel good, and I say, if that makes you feel good, go for it. If I like to
Right.
wear my Victoria's Secret, highlight cotton brief and my sleeping bra all day, that's good for me.
If you say Victoria's Secret one more time to get an endorsement deal,
They're not gonna endorse me. They're like, "Look at me. Am I the target audience?" No, I'm not. But by the way, I've been wearing them for years. 30 years
I don't.
probably. I mean,
I
forever.
think if you say it 5 more times, they may sponsor a show.
Will I get a free blanket? That's all I care about.
Right? And
Oh
give
my
your
gosh.
friend this free towel. Give her the towel.
That is hilarious. I mean, really, don't you think that they went on, like, Black Friday or something and was like, "If you buy this, you get a free towel," and they're like, we gotta get the black one and the pink one."
They had to because I mean she had all the Victoria's Secret stuff.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let's move on to Shawn and Sara. Last night I
Oh my
was
gosh.
trolling Keisha by sending her gross pictures of Sara from my television.
Which is so funny because it was all the stuff that I noticed, and I was just like, man, she's just so super gross. She's just greasy looking. She had like her face, as far as the pimples, looked like me my freshman year of high school. I was
Well,
like,
it's fine if you listen, you may have
yeah,
acne, you may
yeah,
have bad skin, but she's doing a live and she's going, like, up her
up,
nostrils,
up the, yeah,
up the face, and it's all
yeah,
this, pimples and stuff that need to be popped, which is
popped,
and it's
yeah,
not a cute angle, but she was doing, like, a
no.
live while they were moving, which is I was like, "Isn't that like a spoiler alert for the season?" But they were moving, she was doing a live of it. She had 21,000 people on there watching
I
that shit.
saw that, and Mary Payne, I'm like, that had to be doctored. Like, there's no way she has that many people watching her live. Does she even have that many followers?
Well, I'm gonna look right now because when I saw that 21,000 and I can't even barely get to 8,000, I almost had a nervous
I'm like, that
breakdown.
is crazy. And another thing I was thinking was, here she is getting all the plastic surgery where she could have just started off with, I don't know, going to the dermatologist, getting the
Yes,
eyebrows
yes,
done. Like, there was
yes.
a lot of other things. And then I saw somewhere someone said that she looks like she got her teeth done, but I haven't really noticed that.
No, 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 no. Her teeth are tiny, so she did not get her teeth
Is
done
that what it
unless
is?
unless it's
Okay.
recent. Okay. Sara, Life After Lockup, but she's Sara with no A. I mean, with no H. Sarah.
Yeah, I
So it's
think
not
so.
Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I said
let's
Michael
see.
and Sarah.
Okay, this is the official page of Sara from Life After Lockup, public figure. And it's a picture of her and her mom and Abby. And here she is. And she does, in fact, have 25.8 thousand followers.
Okay, so she has 25,000 followers, and you truly believe that 21 of those followers were on her live? There's no
21,000.
way.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I've seen famous people do lives, and they didn't have that many people.
No, I mean, even like Ben and Ronnie from Crappens will they do like a Thursday night live, or maybe it's Wednesday, maybe it's Monday, I don't know.
Mhm,
But one night they do like a live and then they make it into a podcast. It's great because then they talk about all the Bravo gossip because they're not just recapping. And I mean,
mhm.
they'll have 8,000 people on there
See what I'm
and they're
saying?
the biggest podcast in the world, you know?
See, it doesn't, the math is not mathing at all for me. I don't know. I don't, then again, I don't know how you fake that either.
Well, if she just sent the producers the video from it and then she just fixed the thing in the corner, that would be easy. I could do that myself on
Well, that must
CapCut.
have been what she did because there's just no way she had that many people on her live.
I agree, and she's documenting her move, like, who gives a shit?
We didn't even want to watch it Friday night when it was on the show that we're all watching.
I don't dislike her as much as you do, but because I know how much you dislike her, I had to send you all those gross pictures. It
I was
gave me a
like,
lot of joy. Gave me a lot of joy.
ew, ew. Okay,
I
so
bet
now I owe you some Mama June and Thousand Pound Sister video
please,
footage and
please.
pictures.
No,
I know
no.
you want to see it.
All right, they're getting ready to move. Sarah is on a live with 21.5 thousand people on it, LOL. And she says she's grateful to her stepdad, Johnny, who has helped them find a place. Their rent got raised super high, and Shawn is bad with money, so they can't afford to stay there. They need to move somewhere where they could save some money to get this debt paid down. And I said she's filming the whole thing at a bad angle. Not cute. So
Do you think that they went that much higher on their rent, or they got evicted out of that apartment for not
but
paying rent?
that's a great point. I don't know, but that would make sense. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because she says, "Without Johnny, I honestly don't know what we woulda did." I wrote that down.
Yeah. And
Okay.
not that we're going into that right now. When we see the place, I'm like, and you're thanking God for Johnny for this?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So, she's driving the car all packed up, and he's driving the tow truck with the living room hot tub, on the back, which is just
Wait a minute.
funny.
Isn't that thing a blow up? Why couldn't he just deflate it?
I thought that too, but I guess he thought, "It's a pain in the ass to inflate it, so I'll just keep it blown up and put it on the back of my tow truck."
Well, once we saw where y'all are moving to, I don't think you can even safely put that thing anywhere.
I don't think so either. It's gonna have to go inside the burnt shell of a home.
Ugh,
So, she says the new place needs a lot of cleanup. And as he's driving, he goes like, "This is a downgrade, not an upgrade. Like, I've never lived
right.
like this before." So they
Hmm.
drive up and it's a burned out house. Okay. Now you could tell the front of it looked cute, but then the whole back of it is burned out.
That house looked like something Chance had been working on.
Yes,
It
it
did.
did.
I was
It
like,
did.
was Chance here, or are y'all friends? Has he been working on this shit? Because what the hell was that?
So I guess that the house burned down, the people got the insurance money, and then Johnny somehow just bought the property. And now he's
Okay.
trying to unload it because she said it's 40 grand rent to own.
Right.
So they're going to pay 5 or $600 a month. And he says doing that, they're going to save $3,500 a month. So their rent must have been $4,000.
That's insane.
That's insane because that's like a 2-bedroom condo.
And where do they live?
They live in Ohio. I don't even write down. It's Ohio though, right?
So that I don't think
It's not a
rent
$4,000
in
place.
Ohio would be that high.
I don't
That's
know what else they're saving on to make it that much a month. But she says she's just super grateful to Johnny, and she I don't know what we would have did. So the burned out house. So they're going to live on this property in 2
mhm.
trailers. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's like, here's what I'm thinking, right? So we'll use the smaller one for the kids and all their stuff, and then the
Mhm.
bigger one is for us to live in. So my question was, are they having the kids sleep in a different trailer that's not connected?
Yeah, that's in some cases called child abandonment, where you have a toddler and a 8-year-old living in something separate from where that is not safe. And then what Jason Voorhees looks like he's about to walk out of that fucking wooded area that the
Yeah.
trailers are right in front of. That was not safe.
I didn't understand any of this. And then I thought, well, no, I think what she meant was we'll probably set that up for like a living room play space for the kids. And then we'll just sort of
I
live in
hope.
the bigger one that has the kitchen and the bedroom attached. We're just going to have to all cram in here for a couple months. But then when they showed the smaller one and like the back of
Mhm.
it was open or whatever, there was a crib in there. The crib. But maybe it was a
I
playpen, but I think it was a crib.
Well, the way I heard it, the kids were going to live in their own, they were going to have their own
Uh-huh.
crib. The girls were
Yeah.
going to have their own place. They were
Yeah.
going to decorate it the way they wanted to. They were going to have girl meals and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And then they were going to live in the other trailer. And
Abby
neither
and
of these
Addie.
trailers, neither of these trailers look like anywhere near
They weren't
new.
like new and fancy or anything. No.
No, not at all.
Definitely not a double wide or triple wide sitch. Not as
No,
nice as
no,
like Joy
no.
Nomi's as like a house.
Yes, nothing like that at all.
So he says, yeah, I was looking around. I think we could use that shed for a closet. We'll just like put racks in there and
What?
then we'll put the washer and dryer in there. I was like, how are you going to rig up an electrical and water line for a
Yeah.
washer and dryer in the shed? What are you talking about?
And I'm sorry, my clothes are not going in that shed.
No, they are staying in the suitcases in my car until
That
we go
shed
somewhere
looks like
else.
there's looks like it has a family of possum living in it. Okay,
For sure. For
Like,
sure.
oh, and then what was the little baby's name? She's all
Addie.
crying, and
Addie.
she's like, "What's wrong with it?" I'm like, "She probably has 5 damn ticks on her legs
She's
from
like a
sitting on that deck or whatever that is. Get her up."
I know, she
It
probably
just
stood in
didn't.
like a fire ant bed pile or something,
Probably
my god.
so. Oh man, it just didn't look safe.
Mm-mm. And so she says, "If we just buckle down for a few months, we're gonna save so much money." And he goes, "Well, let me call Kelly and let her know what's going on because, I haven't even told her what we're doing." So she says all of a sudden she's fine with him calling Kelly. It's like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I'll take the baby in, wash her feet off." I'm like, "How you gonna wash the feet off? Does there run of water in this place?" So
Maybe she was gonna wash them out in the creek.
maybe in the creek. And
Yeah.
so he calls up Kelly and he's like, "Yeah, like it's a lot going on here. Like I'm camping full time." She's like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, us moving to this place is saving 2,500, 3,000 a month. So that's going to help me save the money so I can send it to you for the kids." And she's like, "Okay, I understand you're on hard times, but this is not cool. Like something
Right.
needs to change here."
Yeah, he just admit, like, you never admit to the baby mama who you
Right.
owe child support to that you just bought land for $40,000 and you owe her. But on the flip side, I fault Kelly. Why did she just not go through the child support system? Why did she not take him to court?
I think that when she said at the end, like, "If this is not what you think it's going to be, we're going to have a problem." I think that's what she meant. Like, if this is doesn't pan out, we're going to have a problem. So 4 hours later, meth mom Kathy and meth stepdad Johnny come over. They're going to make s'mores, and mom's like, "You gonna get used to it? It's gonna be fine." Um, yeah,
Okay. Well, okay. When you look at where she lives, she probably does think that that's going to be fine for them to live out there like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe they all live on the same property. I don't know. But
It could
all I know
be.
is like if they're gonna like every single day try to do something to fix up this house, like she's gonna have to get people to come and like tear down the shell and then get people to come and help build the what if they're really gonna do that and clean up around where they're currently living, then that's gonna have to be Sarah's full-time job. But she's also like taking calls and driving a tow truck. He's out driving the tow truck. And I guess her mom's just watching the kids. Like this is a mess. This is
It's
a
not a good
mess.
plan. It's a total damn mess. I don't get it. And then they're on eight acres. How is Shawn going to take care of 8 acres of land? That's a lot of upkeep and a lot of work.
Not if he doesn't have a riding lawnmower. I mean,
Ugh,
yeah, it's
I don't know.
crazy.
But you know what? I hope we don't find out because I hope they're not on another season.
I know, but you know they are.
You
You
think
know they are.
so?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
We're gonna see that they built this new gorgeous house and they took that sweet, sweet Matt Sharp money and made the best of it.
Well, for the sake of the children, I hope so.
I hope so too. So, and then they have this kind of closing talking head, and she says, "We've been through a lot, but I'm not worried. Our relationship is solid," and whatever. So that's the end of them. We won't see them next week, thank God. Okay. Now let's go to Mike and Justine. So they're
Oh my god.
do you want to get out whatever it is you need to say beforehand, or what do you want to say?
Who in their right mind would choose? You sat down and you went through all the baby book names. You got on the website of the newest baby names, and y'all collectively sat down together. You put your two brains together, and the best you could come up with was Manhattan Barbie to name your goddamn child.
Hmm.
Maybe Pennsylvania Barbie. There was too many girls walking around with that name. So they went with Manhattan Barbie. Mary Payne, I cannot. They want to be so celebrity. It's not even funny. Now Justine is rapping. She's on his latest song rapping.
No, no,
The-
really?
These, these two will do anything except for get jobs.
Oh my
I can't.
gosh.
I can't. I was in disbelief when I saw that. Manhattan Barbie. What?
And of course, she's like Manhattan Barbie. So Manhattan Barbie is so chic and cool and effortless and elite. Manhattan.
Yeah, so the child is going to be all those things that you're not.
They're calling her Maddie though,
Thank
Matty.
God. Thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
But
and
that's
so
just,
Maddie's gonna go to school, and we're like, "Okay, we need you to fill out all these forms," and she's gonna be like,
yeah,
"Manhattan Barbie." Oh, okay.
people, they think that's something maybe you can get away with naming your dog. Maybe.
You're totally right. Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes.
someone would probably say, that's cute on your little toy poodle. Okay, that's cute. She's got on her little, outfits and her
Yeah.
bows in her hair. Not for this child.
Yeah.
I
When you wrote me and told me they named their kid Manhattan Barbie, I was like, I don't think that's true. I think that's a joke. And you were like, oh no, here's the video to prove
No, actually, what you sent me back was N-O. You
it.
just
Just
put
no.
no. And I'm like, no, here's the video of her like explaining her name. But no, you text me back, no.
No, I refute that. I refuse to believe that. That is not a true
Yeah.
statement. So the answer is no.
Yeah.
So
How
they've been to
horrible.
the doctor and things aren't really going well, but they wait till they get home to tell Maria the news. So I get her mom comes in at some point, but her mom's not there right now. So
Because
the
it was set up. It did not go like that at all. They went home, they changed clothes, they went for the scheduled C-section. There's pictures of her with a t-shirt on that says Barbie. She's with her mom checking into the hospital.
all right. So
Mhm.
the issue is the baby's very big and she's
Mhm.
small. She's only gained 8 pounds. So the baby's like really squished in there. She hasn't grown that much. The baby's not moving very much anymore because it doesn't have enough space. So she's like, I could start the birth process. It could be tonight. It could be tomorrow. But I have to go into this C-section surgery. I have to trust it's all going to be okay. But it's, nerve wracking and it's scary. And Kylie's like, I don't like you talking like this. Like something could go
Right.
wrong. And Mike hugs her and Kylie cries. And Mike's like, if anything ever did go wrong, like, I got you, don't worry about that. And everything's going to be okay. And then
I
Justine
I,
hugs
ho-
Kylie.
I
That was all
I hope
true.
I hope that Melody was in the background looking around like, did anybody else hear him say that he would be there for these kids when he has not been there for us, the four of us, all of us, but he's going to be there for them. Total bullshit. Put these kids in therapy right now.
Well, yeah. So Justine hugs Kylie and she's crying. And so she's like, I just don't feel good. I feel horrible. I feel sick.
Yeah.
And so mom says, I think you guys need to go to the hospital right now. And that did seem like a setup when mom said that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they decide to go ahead and go. And she cries. Maria hugs her, which I think all that,
Yeah, yeah.
is true.
I
And
bought it.
then Kylie and Melody come down and she's like, we're going to go ahead and leave. You guys are in charge of all the 14 kids here.
Right.
And then I don't know why I said Mariah. Sorry, Maria goes with them to the hospital. So they're getting ready for the C-section. It's nerve
Mhm.
wracking, and they talk about the uterus could rupture. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
1 hour later, wait, wait, wait! It's the
Yeah.
sounds of Manhattan Barbie. Manhattan Barbie is
Mhm.
here, and so cute. Tons of hair on
Yeah,
this
and
baby.
she looks a lot like Justine.
She's very cute.
Yeah, she's a cute baby and tons of hair. I'm like, did that woman have heartburn her whole
Oh, I
pregnancy?
bet she
But
did.
there is something that bothered the shit out of me.
All right, what is it? You got so many complaints about them. Go ahead.
I know. Like, am I PMSing? Why did that baby not have on shoes and or socks?
You mean when they brought it home?
In the hospital when they brought her
Oh.
home. Bare feet were just out. Maybe it's a Southern thing. I don't know. But we
Well,
don't
they're
do that.
not
Like,
Southern. They're in
no, it
Pennsylvania.
says no, I'm Southern thing for me.
Oh, oh,
Like,
oh.
no, you have on your ruffle socks, you have on like
Yeah.
your ballerina type little soft shoes, and I don't get it. You have your take me home outfit that you got from the local boutique, and possibly the
Yes.
name
Right.
is monogrammed or initials.
Yes.
She went home
Absolutely.
with no shoes or socks on.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
I
maybe probably in the thing she had a blanket on. It could have been summer and it was hot and they didn't want to.
It doesn't matter.
I know you still. The baby should always have socks on or a onesie with the feet in it. Yeah, I agree.
Yes, or the ones with the feet. Yes, I
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Mhm.
And don't get me started on the head squeezers. I
What
have
is
to.
a head squeezer?
What that thing had, what that baby had on its head, the head squeezers.
Yeah, those are new. Like they weren't around. Like Skylar had every bow in the world,
Yes, but not
including
a
the
head.
headbands. But this thing like looks like a half
Yes,
turban.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They
I
should have
don't
used
like a
that
head.
to make socks for her feet.
I don't I don't like the head squeezers, and I don't like a baby in a headband either. You gotta wait till the baby has hair, could put a bow, and that baby's got enough hair to actually put a bow in.
Oh yeah, she wouldn't. So yeah, I agree with you. But I do headbands and bows for Skylar.
I
I
know a
did.
lot of people did the headbands, I just don't like them. I call them
Yeah,
head squeezers. Okay, that's just
that's
my
so funny.
personal opinion. So, they are arriving home. Okay, no, wait, wait, wait. So we hear, Mike is saying, he was there for the birth of Nova. That's
Mm-hmm.
the baby with the second baby mama,
Right.
but not Mason.
Mm-hmm.
And that's heartbreaking. He's grateful for the second chance, to be a dad to the babies. And, because she was like, I've seen you do things with the kids like homework or basketball. I've never seen you like do this. And so
Mm-hmm.
he's happy about that. They arrive home because they all had a color scheme. They either had like black or purple. They all had a color
Yeah.
scheme.
Yeah.
Surprised it wasn't Manhattan Barbie pink.
Me
And
too.
anyway, they arrive home. The baby's called Maddie. Everyone's excited about the baby. And Mike says, tells Justine that the paper saying they could leave should arrive any day, like any day. So
Awesome.
obviously it's been
Good.
like 3-4 weeks, maybe, or a month.
Yeah.
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 And all the boxes are still packed. And
Mm-mm-mm.
outside, Mike talks to his mom and she goes, Did you talk to Justine about me and Melody also coming to Vegas?
Okay, when did this happen that Maria was going to Vegas as well?
Maybe she thinks like I can be helpful because there's so many kids, you know?
Most definitely. Yeah, they do need the help, but I was just really surprised to hear her say me and Melody.
Yeah. And
Uh,
he goes, I'm going to talk to her when things have calmed down. I'm not going to talk to her about it today. Like she just got
mhm.
home. And she was like, Well, I still have that paternity test. He says, Mom, you need to get rid of that shit. Like that's not cool. What do you think she's going to do if she finds that out? So then they get her up to her room. Her mom helps her get up to her room. And her mom's like, Don't come down. Like just stay
yeah,
up here because the stairs are really hard. And
yeah.
then we see Maria ding, ding, ding,
Ging, ging,
ding,
ging.
ding, 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 sneaking around with that paternity test in her hand, like,
Yeah,
ooh, she's
yeah.
asleep. I can swab that baby real quick.
I mean, I think it's hilarious that she's committed to that. I think she's still going to do it. She even mentioned the baby looks a lot like Justine and Kylie.
Yep.
I think it's I don't know, mom, like I've said before, my mom has always said mama's baby, daddy's maybe. So I totally get it. Fortunately, except with the exception of Skylar, all the other babies have come out looking so much like my brothers that it's just like we couldn't deny it.
Yeah.
Skylar came out looking nothing like me, so much to the point my dad said, I'm glad she came out of you because if you were my son, we'd be taking a paternity test right now. Yeah. So I get it.
That, oh,
I get
it's
it.
funny. It's
It
funny. She says, listen, I know it's not my place to do it, but that's just me. It's who I am. It's going to
I like it.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
All right. Now we go on to Lindsey and Blaine. Okay. So
Mm-mm. Okay.
she is in that wedding dress still, and she calls and
Mm,
leaves him a message and tells him to go home right now, go to the house. And she goes back into the bridal store and talks to Stephanie and was like, Can you
mhm.
believe this shit? Can you believe he was talking about me like that? Then she calls her PO and asks
Right.
about would it be okay? They live together. If they're getting married, he has a medical marijuana card now. And he says, No, that is not okay. You cannot live together if he has a medical marijuana card. That affects your parole.
I mean, that because that was so important that right in the middle of her shopping for her wedding dress, she had to stop and call the pro officer.
Right.
She was just pissed off at Blaine and needed something to throw in his face when she got home.
And also,
That's
that's when
what
the
I think.
cameras were there. So she had to do it then because the
True.
cameras were there.
True.
So now she's at home and I thought she was in that same wedding dress, but she's just in a white top.
Yeah.
She's at home and he drives up towing a four-wheeler. And he's like,
Oh,
Hey, and she
bad
goes,
move.
Bad move. And she's like, What's
Yeah.
that? And he goes, It's for the family. It's for Kagan. And he goes, He want to know about $800. And she goes, What? She goes, I went wedding shopping today to plan for our wedding, to plan for our future, and you're buying a toy? A toy
Yeah.
you can't even afford to bring. Now, at this
Oh
point,
boy.
Blaine's stink face is about an 8.
Yeah. An
We're
8.
we're ramping up to 10, but right now he's at about an 8. This guy, the stink face on this guy,
Yeah.
you could take like an acting class how to face act.
Yes. I mean, because that was full on. You just told your toddler they have to go take a nap without their iPad. and you get that stank face right there. I mean,
Yes.
it made you stop and go, wow. Like, it
His
was,
his face is very rubbery. Very
and it's kind
rubbery.
of pointy a little bit too, which made it worse whenever he was like making
He,
those.
like, snarls.
It looked like a possum. I hate to
Yeah.
mention possum twice in one episode, but kind of like a possum face is what he looked like. I don't know.
So Stinkface is about an 8, and he goes, "If Miley wants something, she gets it." And then she goes, "Well, I got you a damn $200 necklace because I was thinking about you." Now Stinkface has gone up to about 9,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
he
mm-hmm.
yells, "I fuck what you think. You spoil Miley with everything. I make one decision to get something for my kid. Fuck that. I sit here and I keep my mouth shut."
Yeah, I mean,
And he is just, his face is just really, really moving
yeah,
around. And
yeah.
she goes, "Okay, yeah, but then you run around and talk about me behind my back to my kid and to Stephanie and to my mother. Like, if you hate me so bad, like, why are you here? Why are you here? If I'm so bossy and so manipulative and such a bitch, why are you here?" And he goes, "I asked myself that same question." But he says he does love her. He does
I
love
think
her.
he does. I think he does.
Oh, he does. He does.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Blaine, it takes years to build up trust and seconds to tear it down. And this is not something I can look over." Especially because now she's seen the video. It's not just word. Like, she has
Oh,
seen
yeah,
what he
she
said.
actually heard, yeah, and it was pretty bad.
It was bad. And especially because that little boy was walking around listening. It was terrible.
I know, I know, I know.
So she goes inside. They keep fighting. And she goes, "And anyway, my PO said we can't live together because of your medical marijuana card." And he goes, "I'm depressed." And he says, "Lindsey, what can I do to help fix this?" And she says, "But you're downing me,"
Mhm.
which I didn't quite, I guess, talk down, downing
Yeah,
me to my child. And he says, "You're right. I owe an apology to you, and I owe an
mhm.
apology to Miley for that. I know." And then she goes, "Miley Grace doesn't even want us to be together." So of
Yeah,
course that
she's really sticking it to him, like,
she is.
big time,
She's
yeah.
not giving an inch, an inch.
No, she's not throwing salt in the wound. She's
So,
actually pissing on it.
ooh. So then he goes and gets some baseball gear. So I don't know if this
He's
means Kate.
leaving.
Well, I was like, does Kagan have a game and he's got to go? Or is he like, that's just the first thing I grabbed out of the closet? Because then he comes
I
out with
think it
trash
was
bags.
personally, yeah, yeah. He's well, he knows that he's talking shit back to her and his life is in danger for sure.
Yeah.
So he's like, let me go ahead and just start grabbing my shit so I can slide on up out of here.
So as he's walking back and forth in and out of the house, he says, "You string me along with this shit. You don't love me. You're a fucking enemy." And then she walks in and goes, "You've talked shit to my child about me. Do you think I could just get
Mhm.
over it?" And he goes,
Right.
"There's a lot I can't get over." And she goes, "Well, like what?" Now, Stinkface is at an 11. It's past
Oh,
the 10.
yes. It is past 10. Way past.
And this is when he goes, he sort of like punches the door and comes back and gets in
Mhm.
her face and says, "How's that about you running off with the married fucking man?" And then he runs to the door and he gives her one last crazy stink face possum look and runs out.
But he knew he needed to be out that door after he said that immediately.
He was running from her,
Yes,
running.
because he knows that Lindsay looks like she will throw down.
And so we get next week on the shocking finale,
Mhm.
we see Chevelle and we definitely saw Joy Nomi. I didn't see
Yeah.
hide or hair of Eris. I don't remember seeing Brittany and Key Rock, but maybe we did.
So I was reading on maybe one of my groups, maybe it was the Reddit. You know, people were saying, Where are Aries and Cam?"
Yeah, what
And
happened?
you remember they were not showing their baby's face. Just they were doing the same thing as Mike and
Yeah,
Justine.
right.
But a few weeks ago, all of a sudden, Cam just started showing the baby's face. And I'm
Mhm.
like, that's weird. So someone said, and this is just what I read. I don't know if there's any truth to it at all.
Okay.
That they said that maybe they cut them out because he kept showing his gang affiliations.
Oh.
And I was like, that would make a little bit of sense too.
Like, in what way? Like gang signs in his pictures or
Yeah, and then he's always got the red bandana
bandana?
and
Uh-huh.
all that kind of stuff. So maybe I don't know. I'm just someone said that and it made sense, but we don't know what has happened to them.
They could have asked him
But
not to do it and he was still doing it.
Yeah, because you would think that they would go right along with Mike and Justine and have the double feature babies being born episode.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know.
Huh. All right, if anybody knows the scoop on that, let us know because they did such a quick like next week, they did such a quick, flash
Right.
cut that I just didn't write down. I was like, it's too much to write down and we'll just have to all be excited and surprised together next week.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
What's going on the Libra Lounge? What you talking about over there?
New episode is coming out Tuesday, I promise, because people have been on my
All
ass
right,
about
what's it going to be about?
recording. We're most definitely going to talk about 1,000 Pound Sisters,
Uh-huh.
a little bit of my 600 pound life. Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion are beefing all online. We're going
Uh-oh.
to talk about that. And we're going to talk about the frosty interactions between Kim and Kanye at Saints sports games.
Oh, was Kanye wearing any clothes or was he wearing a see-through raincoat?
He looked overdressed.
Well, always.
Yeah, always. So yeah, and anything that comes up, pop culture or reality TV in between now and Tuesday.
All right, something you just said maybe. Oh, did you see Justin Timberlake on Saturday Night Live?
I did not.
He's really
However,
good. Go look that up. It was really good.
okay, because I heard like the new song. I was
Yeah.
not happy about it. I posted it and I said he needs to get back with Timbaland ASAP because his first two albums were
Yeah.
stellar.
Yeah.
Great.
Agree.
Then he did the whole Man in the Woods and that was a flop. Now he just dropped this new single. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Where is the JT that we know? I don't get it. But did
Please
you also
watch.
hear?
Please watch the first song
I'll
that he does
watch
in
it.
Saturday Night Live. There's dancing. There's a choir. It's good.
Okay, so his new single is called, what is it called? Something with an S. Something with an
It's like
S.
sanctify or some
No, it's shorter.
repent. It's like repent or something. It's something about
It's something with an S. But Britney Spears also has a song by the same name. So what her fans have gone to go do
oh
is they
Lord.
started downloading and streaming that song so that it topped Justin Timberlake's song of the same title.
Okay, let me look. Let me see. Justin Timberlake new song. It's called Selfish. Sanctified.
Yes.
Sanctified.
It's called
Thank
Selfish. The song
well,
is called Selfish.
Sanctified is the one that he did on SNL that was 5 minutes long. I'm looking at it right
Okay.
now. It was
The one that
really
the single he just dropped is Selfish. And Britney has one with the same name. And so all the Britney fans are like, oh, we're going to show his ass. So now her single of Selfish, which is old, is above his
there's
on the charts.
he did the one I just sent you is the first song he did. He did a second song and I think that one was called Selfish. So maybe all the songs
Okay.
begin with an S.
I like that because, I love words that start with the letter S, like Skylar and Sushi.
You're so
I love names with
silly.
S. I
Really?
do. Obsessed. Yes, I do.
Well, I never knew that about you.
Now you know.
I like M. Maybe that's why I like Montana Mills.
I like him because he's I hate him, but that freaking face of his, I just he's
It's
so
cute.
cute.
Got a cute
Yeah,
face,
he's got a
just like
cute
freaking
face,
Louie. He's cute. It's cute.
but with bad teeth.
Yeah. Chance
Yeah,
had a chance to be cute. Not cute.
all his cuteness went to the baby because the baby is exceptionally cute.
Yeah, you
They made a cute kid.
could get those
Yeah,
big fat
he's
legs.
he's a,
Or
he's a
squeeze
good
them.
looking kid. Yeah.
Everybody, please follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Pink Shade Pod or at Pink Shade Podcast. That's on TikTok. Excuse me. Please follow Keisha at the Libra Lounge Keisha on Instagram. Or Keisha has a really big Facebook group as well. If you just look up the Libra Lounge with Keisha, there's a big group over there. Guys, follow us. We're fun. We're funny. We put up great
We're
content.
funny.
We're
We
funny.
do.
Look
Yeah.
at us.
I laugh at the stuff you put up. I'm like, that's so funny. Ha 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 ha.
Also, I want to do a shout out to two bunkies that I saw in New York, Liz and Corey. And I meant to do it at the beginning, so I hope they're still listening. Liz and Corey, they love Pink Shade, but they really love when I talk to you about Love After Lockup. So Liz and
Hey.
Corey are New York bunkies. We love you. Thanks for
Hey.
maybe next time I'm in New York, I'll see them. I feel like I just run into them. I'm like, hey, girls, what's up? Liz and Corey.
Let's
All
do
right,
brunch.
Keisha, I'll talk to you next week for the finale. Oh, guys, and don't forget, this week will be Prison Brides episode 4 on the $10 level of Pink Shade Prime. Prison Brides 3 was out last week, and then it'll be on the free feed this week as a little bonus to people because I'm going to be out of town.
Nice.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.